All right, today we are going to be working on regression and prediction. So with regression, what I want to do is I want to look at the star reference sheet that you get for the star, and we're going to look at slope-intercept form real quick. If I was trying to plug this into Desmos, what I would have to do is I'd have to put my little one here, and change the equal sign to a squiggly line. Okay, we all remember that. Now today, we're going to work with the quadratic equations, the quadratic functions, and we're going to, again, use the standard form. So when I look at this one, the biggest thing about this is that I need to change the f of x to y, okay? I need to put my little ones, and remember, when I put my little ones, they have to be on the y and the x. So I have y, I have x, and I have x. I have two x's, so I'm have y1, ax squared 1, right here, 1 plus bx, 1. This is what we are going to use in Desmos today. If you forget it, it's right here on the top of your notes, real big, okay? So, I have my first question. It says, a person dives into a pool from its edge to swim to the other side. The table shows the depth in feet of the person from the surface of the water after x seconds. The data can be modeled by the quadratic function. I have a table. Which function best models the data? If I look at all my answers, they have x squared, x squared, x squared. That's telling me I need to use this one that also has x squared. So I'm going to take this to Desmos, and I'm going to use y1 squiggly line ax2 1 plus bx1 plus c. That is what I'm using. So if I open Desmos right here, I'm going to just copy the table exactly how I see it. Plus table, we have 1, 4, 6, 8.5, 10, 11.5, and I'm going to come up with the y values, negative 2.85, negative 8.28, negative 9.3, negative 7.65, negative 5.1, and negative 1.38. Now, if I press this right here, this plus minus, or this plus zoom fit, I'm going to press it, and it gives me this shape. If I follow this shape, I know it kind of looks like a U shape, okay? So, I'm going to type in y1 squiggly, why aren't you working? 1 second, technical difficulties. I guess I'll do that. y1 squiggly line, ax, little 2, then 1 plus bx 1 plus c. And do we see how now this green line touches all, or this green U shape, this green U shape touches all of these points? That means I'm right. Now what I mean is, if I put in the y1 squiggly line mx1 plus b, you see how this purple line does not touch all the red dots? That means it's wrong, okay? So when you're doing this, and if you put in the linear one, that's fine. But make sure that your line touches those points. Here, we see point here, 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 and it does not touch. So these ones are not good. So what I want to focus on is, I want to see, okay, does it follow the same shape of the points I was given? And this is yes. So here, it gives me A, B, and C. So I have A equals 0.26, B equals negative 3.11, and C equals 0. So my biggest thing is, my formula will tell me how to do this. I have f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, if I look at my a needs to go with x2. So we're looking at all the a values right in front of x2. And I'm looking for 0.26. That means a cannot be my answer and b cannot be my answer, but maybe c, maybe d. Now, if I look at my b value, that was wrong. B value, negative 3.1. I know b goes with my x just by itself. So I have negative 3.1x, negative 3.1x. They're both correct. Now, if I look at my c value, it says 0. I have nothing, and then I have 1. Remember, 0 means nothing. That means my answer would be C. Okay? So really, we're just matching numbers to the answer choices. Let's try one more, okay? So let's go and talk about these real quick. If you look at these three questions, the table and the graph, the table and the graph, the table and they're all the same, okay? The thing about these questions is the only thing that is different is going to be the question part, okay? So see how they're all different? This first one says, which function best models the data? This one says, what is the best prediction? Weekly profit was pastries 380. So this one also says best prediction when the price of the pastries profit was 150. So here we have to really determine what are we looking for. These questions may look the same, but all of them look for something different. So let's go in and try these, okay? So our first one says, the scatter plot and table show the weekly profit in dollars earned from the sales of pastries at seven different prices. The data can be modeled by the quadratic function. This is important, quadratic. Quadratic means the y1 squiggly line, ax little 2 1 plus bx 1 plus c. Okay? Using the data above, which function best models the data? The real important word is best because we're looking for an estimate. So my important words are quadratic and best model. I have my table. I need to take that to Desmos and use my y1 squiggly line ax21 plus bx1 plus c. So we're going to Desmo, all over here. We're going to delete everything. You have to delete everything when we're plugging our table. 2.25, 2.50, 2.75, 3.00, 325, 350, and then 3. Oh, okay. And then up here is 145, 154, 168, 172, 160, 137, and 126. I'm going to type in y1, squiggly line, ax squared 1 plus bx 1 plus c. And remember, I'm going to press this plus sign right here, zoom fit, and now I have a nice little shape. And see how this one's not perfect? Like the black U shape doesn't follow perfectly, but that's because it says best estimate, best model, but it does follow the shape of the points. It may not touch all of them, but it follows the same shape, which is the most important part. So here, I have my A equals negative 60.3, B equals 348.1, and C equals negative 334. So when I look at A, remember A is with x squared. So A. And I'm looking for negative 60. That means A cannot be my answer and D cannot be my answer because they're not negative. Now when I look at B, remember B is my next number. So, I had already said A is out of the picture and B. But if you look, they don't have the X, so they're still wrong. So they're both good, C, B, and C. Now if I look at my last one, negative 334, I have negative 334 and nothing. So B would be my best answer. Okay. So now looking at the next one. If I already put the table into Desmos and I already used the equation, okay? So we're skipping that part, but obviously you would put the table in Desmos and use y1 squiggly line ax squared 1 plus bx 1 plus c. That's what we would do. We already did it. It's already in Desmos. So now we're working on our next part, okay? So it says, using the data above, what is the best prediction for the weekly profit if the price of the pastry was $3.80? So right here it says, price of the pastry was $3.80. If I'm looking for the word price, I see price, dollars, and the weekly profit. So if I'm looking for price, I know price is my x. So x equals 3.80. I'm going to put that in Desmos in my third line. X equals 3.80. And do you see this gray point on Desmos? That is what I want. This gray point right here is my answer. If I click it, it's got 3.8, comma 116.8. Now, I know these numbers are the same, so obviously the x value is not my answer. So that means the 116 would be my answer, which is B, the closest answer. Okay? Now, let's look at the next one. Again, we have the same type of question. So remember, we would have put this in Desmos, and we would use the y1 square line, ax squared 1 plus bx 1 plus c. Now, if I read the question, it says, using the data above, what is the best prediction for the price of pastries if the profit was 150? And my other word is profit. If I look at the x-axis, that's price. But if I look at the y-axis, it says profit right there. So profit is y equals, because on the y line, y equals 150. So in Desmos, I'm going to type in y equals 150. And see how I get this blue line? I want to see where that blue line and black line touch, and there's 2 points. So you have 3.4, comma 150, and 2.3, comma 150. So I know that 150, they already gave me the end. They gave me that in the question. So I'm either looking with 3.4 or 2.3. The closest answer would be 3.4, answer C. Okay? So now I want to look at these last types of questions. These are probably my favorite type because they're super easy. So given P of X equals all of this, what is the value of P7? What we're going to do is type both of these in Desmos. And also, we don't have a super important word. It's just this type of question. So what I'm going to write is Desmos because that's what I'm using. So I'm going to type in here P parentheses X. And remember, you're typing it exactly how you see it. P parentheses X equals -4 parentheses X minus 15 parentheses little 2 plus 2, enter. Now I'm going to type in my next line, P parentheses 7 parentheses, and it gives me the answer. It says, hey, look, I'm just going to give you the answer. Here it is, -254. So my answer is -254. Let's go and try one more. So, again, these questions look identical. So, I'm going to plug all of this and this into Desmos. That's also going to be my important word. Okay, so I have f of x equals 1 over 3, 4 minus x, parentheses, little 2. Now I'm going to type in f, parentheses, 16, parentheses. And that gives me 48. Hey, your answer is 48. All right, that is all we are doing today. Make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day.